Going live. Uh-oh. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Veteran Metal Show. Let's give us a quick little sound check. Can you guys hear us okay? And just remember, there's about an 8-second delay. What's going on, Rebel Dragon, Metal or Die?
Metal or Die, Rebel Dragon.
Hey, guys, we'll give everybody else just a minute to pop in, and then we'll get rolling into it. Thank you, Tooly. You can hear us. Everything's good.
What's up, Stack That Gold?
We had a last-minute emergency where the internet dropped out literally 2 minutes before we were going live, and we had to get everything running again, but we're doing good now. All right, we'll get started here. So, as we mentioned last week, this is only going to be a 15-minute top show. We're going to go over the news of the week. We're going to do, thanks to Stack That Gold, we're going to cover a fact of the week. We got some other stuff to cover too, but we're just going to keep it rolling, and at the very end, we'll do a Q&A with you guys. So, let's get it going. All right, for those of you that don't know, I'm John. I'm a veteran, a military war veteran. I started this podcast, or this show, because I have a passion for collecting precious metals and all things, really. All right, I'm getting off. Robbie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Robbie. I'm the Director of Operations for Monster Coin Shop in Swannanoa, North Carolina, about 4 miles east of Asheville, North Carolina. It is great to be here with y'all tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Robbie. So, Robbie, what's going on? What's the big news for this week?
Well, the big news for this week, I'm sure y'all have heard about it, is the conflict breaking out in the Middle East. Historically speaking, when you have this kind of unrest, whether it is geopolitical or financial or what have you, you do see gains in physical metals. And we have seen that here over the past week, really. It pulled back a little bit today, but overall, we're going up.
Yeah, I think I read something like gold in one day went up 2%, and then the big thing was nickel doubled in price within 3 hours of the war being announced. So, war definitely impacts the metal market. Let's see.
I think nickel is big in war stuff because, I mean, in 1942 to 45, they put silver in U.S. nickels so that they could use the nickel for World War II. So it didn't surprise me. I don't track the nickel market, but it did not surprise me to hear that it had doubled.
I know silver's actually a war metal too. I learned in the Tomahawk missiles, there's like 15 ounces of silver per missile. So every time they blow one of those up, the price of silver should theoretically go up with it.
A little less.
Yeah. And that kind of reminded me of my personal experience with the Iraq War. I remember before the Iraq War, their currency, I think it's called the denarii or something like that, was worth about 3 to 1. And then right after the war, it was worth one denarii was worth 0.00001 US dollar. It was just worthless. There was soldiers, they would just pack up whole boxes, boxes 2 foot high, 3 foot wide, full of Iraqi money and just ship it home, hoping that one day it would bounce back. I don't know if that worked out for them or not, but I know the Iraqi people no longer cared about their currency. All they wanted was gold and silver. I mean, even the soldiers were stealing gold. There were soldiers that I know, they stole gold from Saddam Hussein's palace and hid it inside of like the gas tank of on their tanks. Yeah, it was wild. So definitely, people, that's something to keep in mind. Okay, within one day, your entire world could be flipped upside down. Today, everything's going fine. You got paper money. You can buy things with it. Tomorrow, you can't. So keep that in mind. So I just had a birthday too. October 10th was my birthday, just a few days ago. And that goes with precious metal news because on that day, the U.S. Mint released the 2023 American Silver Eagle Proof Coin. And it's still available. So if you haven't got one yet, go over to the U.S. Mint, check it out. You,
80 bucks is a fair price on that coin, and guys, they've gotten so good at making those proof coins. I mean, the technology they've got today, the mirrored fields and the frosty image, it's pretty outstanding how good they've gotten at it.
yeah, I just got a couple Morgan proofs from the last run they had, and I was scared. It was the first time I ordered from the U.S. Mint. I paid $80 each for it, and all I was going on was like horror stories. Everybody that's you get on YouTube and you look up U.S. Mint and you just hear all these horror stories and people opening a brand new coin that has a gash in the front, and then they email them and they're like, "Too bad, buddy." But so I was waiting for that to happen, but I was surprised. I opened it and it was perfect. So, all right, we have another segment we're going to do real quick, and this is brought to you, sponsored by Stack That Gold, and it is the Veteran Metals Fact of the Week. And we'll keep it simple this week. So, here's your fact of the week. The fact of the week is the top 5 silver producing countries in order are Mexico, number 2, China, number 3, Peru, number 4, Poland. Shout out to the motherland. And number 5, Chile. And that's just a little fact of the week for you guys.
A lot of silver coming out of South America, guys. A lot of silver mined in South America.
All right, Robbie, you got anything for the shop here you'd like to cover?
Yeah, I was going to show you guys a coin. I just got it back from PCGS. It's an 1890 seeded coin in your shop. It's a great coin for if you're putting together a type set and you want to get a nice example of a seeded silver dime without spending too much money. I think we got that one priced at $200. It's a really great piece to add to the collection.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Now, another thing we're going to do every week is a product review. So it doesn't have to be something from the shop. It's just anything precious metal related. So this week, it's as simple as
I wouldn't necessarily say daily, but it's a pretty good thing to check out just to kind of stay in touch with what's going on.
and that's it. That's the product review of the week.
Sorry about that, Buckeye.
What happened?
We'll work on that for next time. You can't hear us when we take the screen off.
Oh.
Sorry.
Go
Said nobody heard it.
Okay, wow. Thank you very much for tolerating that, guys. If you want to just cover coinflation again.
Coinflation is a good site to dip into to kind of just keep a beat on what's going on with the precious metals market. It's going to have some news articles there at the top, and then if you scroll down, it's going to give you melt values of different U.S. silver and gold coins. So it's real helpful. Especially with things like silver quarters that don't equal quarter ounce, or they're kind of off weight pieces. It's good to just log on there and you can get a snapshot. And I'm pretty sure they have an app for iPhone and Android.
Very cool. All right, guys, and it's that simple. We'll bring you a piece of news. We'll bring you a review. We'll bring you something from the shop. And now it's time for Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comment section right now, and we'll go ahead and we'll pick 1 or 2 questions each and go from there. I don't see any questions yet, but there's about an 8-second delay from when we say something to when you hear it and then back again. So drop us a question, guys. Oh, no questions. Everybody just wants to hang out.
That's cool. That's cool.
Hey, we really appreciate you guys coming out here. We wanted this was it's a less organized than we wanted it to be. We both kind of got busy this week, but this is episode 2, and it's just going to keep going forward. So I have a question for you guys while we're here. How is this time? How is 6:30 on a Thursday? Is that preferred, or is there another time where you guys think it'd be better? Why does YT suck? Is that YouTube, you mean? I think, well, I don't know. I don't I don't want to bash YouTube on my second show here.
Hey, Stack it. That's a good question, and there's no right or wrong answer to that. If you wanna pursue the numismatic side of things, I definitely recommend buying the current version of the Red Book. That's going to give you an overview of all the coins that were ever made here in America. You can kind of get an idea of what direction you want to go from there. But one thing that I've really seen become a whole lot more popular here over the last 5 to 10 years is type set collecting, where instead of getting one, instead of putting together a date run where you have all the Mercury dimes in date order, you get one piece of every type of coin or every type of dime. And then you just kind of go from there. If you're having fun and you're enjoying the coins that you're collecting, you're not doing it wrong.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Collect
John,
what
what's
you
up,
love.
man? Thanks for joining in.
All right, we got cigars coming in the mail tomorrow, maybe. That's cool. We're getting in the mail tomorrow. We're serious. Okay. Well, cool, guys. We're not seeing any more questions. We'll give you guys another about 30 seconds. Drop a question or two, and then we'll stop blabbering, and we'll see you next week. Also, once this video ends, you guys can continue to drop comments. If you have a good question that you'd like us to talk about next week when we actually have some time to prep for it, go ahead and do that. We'll pick about 4 questions from every previous video to answer in the next week's video moving forward. What we got here. Are pre-33 gold counterfeits usually the correct composition and weight?
Ty, I've in my experience, you do often see them made with real gold. They're usually not the correct weight, and they're not the correct diameter. So it's important to weigh them and measure them carefully. But in a number of cases, they will test as real gold. So yes, good question.
That's one of the things I learned that scared the hell out of me when I first got into this was, I learned about, you can test metal on a machine. They'll know if it's pre-33 or not because it will test that way. But then I found out that people go out there, take real pre-1933 gold, melt it down and make it into a fake so that it will, it's fresh looking coin and it will pass the test. And God, that stuff scares me. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you. Like we said, we're just going to keep on getting this thing better and better, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.